The knife round is taking place. We're on train after Chiefs absolutely decimated Boots on Mirage.
Well, I don't know. I think Chiefs are going to make this pretty swift. I initially thought this was going to go... Well, we did say, didn't we? We said Boots needed to win Mirage to have a chance. Okay, yesterday 16-14, but it was more a case of Chiefs messing up than Boots actually winning that comeback. I'm honest with you. I think at one point it was 15-8. So one of those ones. And that actually came off the back of the double up setup. So I think Chiefs have learned from the lessons.
That's one thing, actually. Sorry, I've got to stop you there, because that's one thing Chiefs does 100%. If they play a team, they may lose or may get knocked down by it, or just have a game that they're not too happy with, but they learn every single time.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, they've lost, what, 2 maps out of this whole tournament, this whole closed qualifier. So they finished the group stage 7-1, 9-2, 10-2 now. If they win this, it'll be 11-2 their whole run. So that's pretty much domination at that point.
Now, guys, everyone in chat, join me in letting me know who you think's going to take this map here on train. Is Chiefs going to do the clean sweep of a 2-0, or will Boot manage to face it back and take us to a third map? We're here. It's potentially the last map of the WCA APAC closed qualifiers, and the action's kicking off for Splash. Comes in with a first kill that goes straight for the bomb plant. And we roll in to this round as it all starts to begin. It all starts to kick off. Chiefs come back round, rotating into it, but they can't do anything just yet. The touch goes down as well. Splash finds a second. Well, this is a nice performance here. Malta's just dancing, but he's going to be taken down. 1-0 there. Chiefs unable to pick up the pistol round. The good start for Boot, and it's the start they desperately needed.
Gotta say, that's one of the best T-pistol rounds I've seen. Although it was just an inside rush, what made it so key was the fact that the initial smoke grenade was thrown in T-spawn to connector, and it went all the way over the top and then into connector. And that was just a fantastic little play there from Boot. I haven't actually seen that smoke before either, so good start. Already, Alistair causing damage with the P250. Doesn't actually have any armor, but makes the first frag nonetheless. And should be fairly simple. Okay, Alistair gets the first one, but scout in hand. Not too much invested into this round. No armor, like I said, on Tux. Malta with the scout. Benkai and Tommy are low, though, so maybe there's a chance back into it, but as you can see on the screen, Splashy has already gone inside. Bomb planted. Moxie will find Tux, and that leaves Malta with his scout in hand. And actually, he's between a rock and a hard place. He's got guys coming all around him. I don't think he's going to be able to sail it. Nope. UMP straight to the face. That whole tag comes out again. How many times have we seen that sorry tag? That sorry spray.
He needs to turn it into sorry, not sorry.
I know. I do like the use of it, though. Good little bit of BM. But you can already tell Chief's game plan. That full eco, apart from the scout, that indicates to me we're going to want to get those AWPs rolling early.
Impression starts off strong. AK-47 in hand. And BOOT.dS. They knew they needed to come in strong here. They knew they needed to pick up the pistol round. That's what they've done, and they're now looking to claim 3 straight rounds in a row. This is their way back in. But is it going to be enough here? Chiefs very confident on train.
I don't know about you, but whenever I think of Alistair, I always think of the League of Legends character.
Yeah, I think of the Pokken player.
Ah.
Yeah, they're one of the best Pokken players in the world. He's also called that.
Interesting.
See, look at that. Knowledge bombs dropped across 2 games while we're commentating Counter-Strike. That's the way we do it, boys. That's the way we do it.
For once, my other game reference isn't PUBG, right?
Done well. We've done well. We're broadening our horizons here, George.
Look, 5-8. Alistair surely going to take that AWP in hand. Yep, he does. They're not going to opt for the double just yet, though. And 3-0 Boot, they're ahead. This is where you want to see them. In front of the economy, in front of the rounds. Because they do struggle to come back. The chips are down, and 16-5 is the last scoreline. Unless they can get rolling early, I expect Chiefs to start off well. Really quiet. Very slow paced. See this more and more often in this whole qualifier. Everyone just likes to take it slow, but look at Chiefs. Wanted to get that domination early. Pushing up. And actually, that's gained them a lot of information.
Boot knows they can't risk this. They have to pick up this round. They need every advantage. They can't allow Chiefs to do what they did on Mirage. And that was literally give them the runaround. Remember, Mirage's Boots map pick. They lost it. Chiefs now. 3-0 down. It's still early days. This is the all-important big gun round. But remember, always for the CT side, this gun round, you can see they didn't have the best buy into it. Alistair does have the AWP in his hand, which is good. But they don't get the full utility as if you would if you saved up a bit heavier, as Malta starts off well. Does a nice bit of damage onto Benkai. But he does get taken out. Tucked onto Tommy. It's trade for trade, fire for fire, as Inns goes down as well. Splash gives them the advantage. And Alistair, looking at both corners, doesn't know which way to face yet. Finds the first kill, and that was so smart. Only Moxie and Benkai left to find, but they haven't got any HEs to throw in there. Pex. It's going to come down to what he can do here. He's got the most health. He's got a flash on the board as well. Moxie, the slightest, tightest angle he's got there. Benkai's pushed himself up high as well. Oh, and that's good timing. Moxie hears what's going on, pushes out. Catches Pex off guard, and Alistair straight away decides, okay, I've got the AWP. I've got to play it smart. I'm going to save it, take it through to the next round. And really, that's just the right decision here.
Yeah, 4-0 down. That would be Boot. Chiefs 4-0 down, Boot 4-0 ahead. And that's the kind of start you want to see happening. Alistair, the key thing there is he's able to save onto the AWP. 3k across the board now for the CTs, but much similar to what we saw yesterday. They were struggling a bit on their CT side. They managed to come back on the terrorist side, but this is why initially we thought Boot were going to do it, because it's pretty much a mirror image of what we saw.
Yeah, this is a serious run back here in the sense that Chiefs have already taken down Boots. Boots have come all the way back from the lower back to try and make it work. And, well, this is a very nice start as Alistair picks up the first kill. Runs on, makes it happen. Alston's looking to pick up a second, but he can't quite get it done. There are guns now on the floor as Alistair finds a second kill there. And this is where it could fall apart here for Boot, as the early picks have come in. Just Mickle, just to prove this is live. This is certainly live as I'm talking to you, son. Inns sneaks around, comes in there, finds the first shot. Splash, the only man left alive, AWP in hand. 1v4, he doesn't know where to look, where to turn. I don't fancy his chances as he jumps out, comes up towards Alistair. Whew, does be able to get the kill. And he's just, oh, that's so smart. He's cost him so much. They're going to want to save that AWP, but he hasn't got it. He threw it away. He threw both of them away. Tux is just desperately looking for it. And that's going to be angry.
That's a clever play from Splash. Thinking on his feet. He knows he's not going to win the round, so what does he do? Just denies both AWPs. And not too often you see players thinking ahead like that. But Boot, how often do we see them losing these forced buys? They are going to be able to rebuy into it. Chiefs and Boot a piece. And maybe this is where we see that faster play.
Well, the faster play gets denied initially as Benkai goes down. Alistair still with an AWP. It doesn't matter that they took his away from him last time. He's still making it work. It's a grand final grand slam here. Tuck to Malta put in work. Moxie tries to fire back. Bomb is down now, though. CTs can see it. They've got it in their sights. Gives them a slight advantage to push in here as Inns picks up Moxie. Only impression left alive. And anywhere he turns now is going to be difficult.
That's what Chiefs need. They need to get a few rounds in a row. Nice pop flash comes over. Tux, easiest frag of his career. And did he swap out the AK? Good. And this is dangerous. 3 AKs on the CT side. That's very impactful. Obviously, 1 bullet headshot. AK is a preferred weapon. You used to see it a lot on 1.6. Favorable trade over. And actually, Malta, he's looking to stack the economy further. Again, Chiefs thinking on their feet. MP9. It's just, you see that teams are clued up when they actually use their economy wisely. Instead of buying a rifle, just buys the MP9. He knows they're going to be eco. And Boot, we see them go 4-0 ahead. And this could potentially be 4-3.
Yeah, pistols in hand. Tuck doing well there with the instead grenade dropping. Going to stop the other terrorists pushing into him as he picks up another kill. Pex as well in there to play. Only Benkai left alive. Deagle in hand. Maybe going for the one tap. Picks up the bomb. But his chances are very bleak here in a 1v5. Malta. MP9 trying to get some money, and that's exactly what he does. He picks up a deagle for himself as well. No one dies from Chiefs that round. And this is where the domination could begin. Boot, they've got to keep their heads strong. They've got to keep themselves together. They've got to continue to put the pressure on Chiefs and not allow them to run away with it.
Well, the rush was the nice idea in the round previous, but the problem is the no pot flashes came over the top, and Alistair was able to capitalize. Even if he was blind, you need to jump that angle at least, because if you run in straight line, timing is usually a factor. And again, another buy. And they do have these nice executions towards the outside bomb site, so if they can make something stick, could be interesting. But look at Chief's position, all the way pushed up in main. And this is the problem. If you execute a tactic like this, without any information, without clearing out main, you're just going to get caught off guard.
Malta in tucks. Look at their positioning here. Molly down, the flashes go out. He spams through the walls casually. And that smoke is going to give the advantage to the CTs. If the Ts want to make their way through. Tommy on such low health from that spray there. Inns literally bang on top of him. Flashes come out. Inns looking to try and make some more damage happen here. This is so back and forth. Inns picks up the kill. But he is quickly traded out. Damage across the board though. Malta there with the MP9. But he sneaked through the smoke. They're going to push out and grab himself the AK. 3 AKs up on Chiefs. 1 AWP on Alistair. Moxie though does put some damage on the board. Takes down Tuck. Quickly replied by Malta. Now from Pop Dog, they might be able to catch Malta off guard as Splash actually comes from Ivy. Bomb will go down now. They're in a 2v3. And this is Boot's chance back into this. Alistair, though, looking to deny it. Doesn't want them to take that lead. The incendiary grenade goes out, trying to push him out of position. If Alistair keeps pushing round, he might be able to find Impressions, but Impressions all over him. Trying to bait him out, shot by shot. He does have a kit to work with, but he's got no smokes, flashes, or nades. And they close him in, both from the same direction. 5-3 now. And Boot do pick up another round, but there's a hell of a lot of money for Chiefs to work with. They've been dominant. They've managed to save onto a lot of guns. They haven't had to reinvest and rebuy. And we now see Chiefs kind of at that point where, okay, we've allowed them to have one. Now we've got to push it all the way back.
Chiefs actually had the perfect opening. They've had 3 guys pushed into the A main area. Everything was looking good. And then just as Boot initiated the tactic, one of the Chief players decided to Molotov the entrance. And that indicated that, obviously, they were there, the spray came through the wall, and then that just allowed Boot to rethink the entire round. And I think if that Molotov wasn't initially thrown, you would have just seen Boot run into 3 guys stacked. MP9 would have stacked up economy, and we would have been at 4-all. Little mistakes cost you grand finals. I know from playing myself in the past, and if you just watch any game of CS, you need to cut them out.
Now Ends. Pushed up quite aggressively, ready for a B push. But if that smoke goes, will they continue to hold this position? He's got Pex there backing him up. And they might actually meet the contact very soon. Boot do start to push their way down. The flash comes out. Inns holds the tight angle. Just the wrong time to drop the incendiary grenade, though. Hex is there to clean up, get the kills. He picks up 2, but it's not enough. He doesn't do all the damage he was supposed to do. Great work from Alistair, though. So fast. He comes in there absolutely blindingly fast. Benkai on the flank. And this is where it gets dangerous here. One, but he's going to be quickly traded out. It's not good enough. And at Ostro, the caster does not confirm the Boots have taken a map. It's currently 1-0 in favor of Chiefs. This is only the second map. Don't tell lies or meet my ban hammer fist.
He's very quick with that mouse. Trust me, boys. But still, look, that's the reset. Win one, lose one, Chiefs. Now we're seeing the double AWPs. Tux looking to capitalize. And look, Boots, Tech 9s. 1 Molotov, 2 smokes, and that fast inside play.
Peck's going to come up with a close range fight there. The spray comes out. He finds 2. Molly down as well, and he's got the bomb now. All the information he needs that it's going to be a rush as Inns pushes up high. Finds 1. Peck's with a 3rd kill, but Benkai will chase him down. We'll get him off. But won't be able to grab a weapon yet, only picking up a deagle of his fallen teammates.
Well, yeah, for guys asking about the 1-1 at the top of the screen, it is a mistake on the server. Yet last game it showed also, this is why we had the debate about whether the Chiefs had a map advantage. They don't. They won the first map 16-5. This is the second map. It is live.
Just to confuse us.
I think that's confirmed every question in Twitch chat so far. And it is 5-5. But Boot, they were looking to get a threshold on the game, and then they win one, and then they lose one straight back, and that will reset their economy. Deagle in hand of Benkai, Molotov, and really, at this point, this is where they need to adapt. How do you shut down those double AWPs? I'd like to see Ali being worked a little bit more. So far, we've seen them try and execute outside, just going through main. We've seen the inside tactic. The best way, in my opinion, is if we take a look in the map in a second, you can see that on the server here, when you have double AWPs, one of the best ways is to do this execute here, where you have the 3 smokes across the bomb, and then you have this one down here. The only way to counter it is if you boost up a CT onto this, and then you have to play that retake. So it basically draws a line across the bomb site for the CTs, and that will immediately shut down Tux and Alistair. Then you pop flash over the top, and then you can initiate outside. And that's something Boots could look to try and execute in the next buy round.
A pistol round again here for the T side. Because Tommy does find the kill on Zamolta, but he's done a lot of damage already. Inns up high. Tux as well, and the shots are just coming in across the board. This round is looking to be closed out very soon, as Splash is the only man left alive. A lot in hand, but it's not going to be enough, as Chiefs now finally take the lead here, guys. 6-5, they've got the advantage. It's not going Boots' way now.
Indeed, and look, there's no option to even get Splash the AWP. And this is the problem. Boot, they rely heavily. Moxie, Splash with those AWPs, opening up rounds time and time again. And you don't really see that same performance when they got the AK-47s in hand. And of course, this is the other problem. 2 AWPs against you. You need something to open up the bomb sites or do an execute like I told you. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. But this is different. Tommy's finally took A main control. So if they choose to go outside, they'll at least be able to not get surprised by anyone waiting for them.
Now Boot looking to execute probably onto this A bomb site, getting rid of their smokes, getting rid of their angles. But is it going to be enough? Is this going to catch Chiefs off guard? Tux and Alistair both with AWPs now. Rolling that double AWP setup. Instantly to stop the rush coming out. The fire goes down. They know they've used a lot of their smokes. Only Moxie who's got his. But instantly Malta finds 1. Finds a second as he pops back out. That should have never been allowed. But it is a 3v3. Alistair Inns picking up kills apiece. Only Moxie left alive in a 1v3. He has grabbed the bomb. no chance of planting as it goes 7-5. Very convincing round there for Chiefs still, despite Boot's attempt at an execute. It just wasn't good enough. It just wasn't fast. Malta was all over it. He first threw down the molly, kept it up for his defense, got 2 kills. Didn't even matter that he was traded out.
The thing is as well, they, like you said, it was just a bit scrappy. They missed one of the smokes. They didn't have the smoke towards, obviously, the alley area, and that's immediately going to cause problems. And they're just trying to force the issue now. Go fast and Tux, easiest frag for him.
Now Inns spraying away. They're completely blind. They actually ran past him to start off with. They could have stayed silent, but Tommy puts in the work after he picks up that AK. Can he do anything more here? 12 health on him. Tux trying to fire back with the AWP. Tommy won't live any long further. He's got a Tech 9 and Pete 250 Benkai. Impression. 2v3. And the incendiary's going to force Impression out of position. He's at electric box and he goes down to the hands of Alistair. Tux picks up the final kill. We see it close out. As Chiefs pick up around 8-5.
How similar is this game from yesterday's train? We saw Boot take the lead, then the comeback from Chiefs. It actually finished 10-5, and then Chiefs struggled to close out the game, so I'm not sure. I think Chiefs will be a little bit more prepared today. And look, Splash, he has bought an AK-47, but maybe Tommy, actually, Impression, he should drop the AWP over. I think it's time to try and at least open up the bomb sites with it. Yeah, that's it. So Splash, finally, for one of the first rounds in this half, we see him on the AWP. Can he make anything of that? The problem is he's got to find 2 from Chiefs, Tux and Alistair respectively. They're having good games. Malta, though, 13 frags. I guess he will lead the way. Like I said, it's just that Boot had the right idea. The last buy round, they just needed to execute a little bit better. Their smokes were a little bit misplaced. And that's the problem. Inches can cause massive problems in this game. And CS, it's so, I want to say it's so random. It's not random, it's just these tiny mistakes can cause catastrophic chaos, basically.
Here we have it again for Boot. Weapons in their hands, they're pushing closer inside. Pex, Alistair ready and waiting. Alistair with a first kill. Gonna fall back a little bit here. He's got to be careful though, because Moxie's got an AWP in his hands as well. And very nice, very quick here from the Chiefs teams. They've reacted to it. They got the first frag, they fell back, and they've kept it calm. Smokes, flashes come out across the board here. Alistair looks to reposition himself to see if he can catch anyone as they go down the stairs. Tommy, though, picks off Pex, and that's going to allow him into the bomb site, allow him to get that bomb down. Alistair finding more kills. The incendiary grenade drops out as well. Great work from Benkai, pushing up aggressively before the bomb even goes down. Nearly picks up a second kill there as well. Drops Tux down to 8 health. It's only the AWPs remaining, though. Great from Alistair, brilliant read. He knew someone was going to be out close, but how close did he expect him? Moxie, 42 points of health, misses the first AWP shot, has to fall all the way back. He's going to go down Pop Dog and try run outside. This might give him a chance to get the bomb down as he drops the Molotov down at connector. Tux can't run through it, he just can't risk it. It's battle of the AWPs. Alistair's already picked up 3 kills, he's on 98 health. He's looking solid as Tux tries to make his way out and actually does it convincingly. Moxie didn't stand a chance. 9-5.
Yep. And that, well, I don't know, Boot, they haven't looked that good in this best of 3. We saw them play the Mongols earlier. They looked a much better side against those players. And that, like, this is what's weird. The Mongols took Chiefs to 2-1. Yesterday, we saw Boot actually win cash against Chiefs. So, but Chiefs doing the smart thing here. They removed that map. Trains back in there. And it was 16-14 yesterday, but I'm not sure we'll see the same result today. They just seem a little bit disjointed. They went for that inside execute, and the problem with that is that, again, Chiefs play this dynamic CT. They got all the information needed, the rotation was there, and then the execute was just slightly mistimed, allowing for the opening. That's better. I think I will find Pex going a little bit aggressive, and you need to be careful, because 10-5 is a lot better than 9-6.
Yeah, this is their chance to make it work. Again, Tux and Alistair both on the AWPs. And if you bring a load of rifles to their face, it can get a little bit more difficult. Malta goes down, Inns does reply, but is it going to be enough here? Still advantage for the T's. Splash, thought he was being sneaky though. It's not good enough, and look, straight away, Alistair changes up to the AK. And that's the smart decision here. Tux has snuck all the way round. He can be such a problem for him here. Tommy's not expecting that, doesn't even know where to look. Alistair comes out at the right time. The teamwork, the communication, it's just on par here. Impressions tries to fire back. Comes in the fire a little bit for no reason, loses a bunch of health, and Alistair comes in with a kill. 10-5. Around the boot could have easily cleaned up, but they just throw it away.
And I wonder if we're going to see that Chiefs terrorist pistol round where they had the line of smokes across the bomb site, and you had two guys inside, and then you obviously come down pop, and you fake like you're planting outside and run through the smokes, and then through connector. We did see them do that once, and that was very impressive when they did it. But Alistair, Mirage, he was having a good game. Now he's on 17 for 6, and really, if you look at Boots, okay, they got shut down 10-5, but no one's really making any entry frags. No one's leading the way for them, and that's the problem. The executes, I've praised them. I've praised them all day that their executes are on point usually, but in this half, in this map, they seem a little bit off.
Maybe the pressure's getting to them. Maybe the fact that actually they've already made it through to the WCA. The money side of things isn't motivating them as much as what we saw when they had to take on the Mongols. 10-5 now. Chiefs on the T side, looking to come outside. His impression went aggressive towards alleyway, found the first kill. The rest of the Chiefs completely assault this A bomb site. One up in connector, but splashes on top of it. Can he do any more damage though? This is a great start from him. Gets the kill in, but the bomb will be planted. And the USP's just popping heads. Everyone's dying from headshots so far. Only Tuck's alive. He's just running around with his knife.
Imagine if this was actually in Half-Life. Back in the day, you could actually throw your knife.
Go back and just like use it as a throwing dagger. There you go.
I think they should add that. One-shot kill. Imagine that. Maybe it costs you like 1,000 instead of the Zeus. Have a throwing knife.
Yeah, get rid of the Zeus. Give us a throwing knife. What do you think, chat? I like the idea of that.
I think that would be ridiculous. But no, Boot. They needed a way back in. That pistol round was clean. It was easy. 10-6. And are we going to see a repeat of yesterday? Our Chiefs can struggle on the terror side. I don't think so, judging what we saw in Mirage. But even if Boot were to pick up Train, overpass might be too big an ask.
Well, a good start from Tux, but impression. Is he going to push up? Is he going to go further into it? Or is he going to hang back? He's trying to check all the angles, make sure no one's pushing out of main as well. No one's pushed him yet. He's going to drop a smoke down, but that's going to alert him knowing that he's actually down there. And he hadn't made any noise, so he could have kept that to himself. Moxie finds Tux, so evens it back up. But impression, he looks a little bit impatient here. He's dancing around. He knows Inns is up there. He can hear it all going on. The shots are being fired, but no one's going down just yet. As the rest of Chiefs begin to make their way towards this B bomb site, Benkai blind finds the first kill. Looking for some more as he gets shot from the side. And Alistair loses the bomb for his team. That's not how you want to do it. Oh, nice work from Pex. Finds 2 kills, but he's got to look for 2 more. Picked up the bomb. He's going to run all the way back out to the A bomb site here. So he's going to split the CTs up because there's 1 at each site. And Benkai ready and waiting, looking for him. And obviously, Benkai gets the drop on him, says sorry, or not sorry in his eyes.
Oh, I did like the initial play by Chiefs. They found the opening kill, but the issue was impression was all the way up in Pop Dog with that UMP. And as soon as they tried to sell that fake outside, it was never going to cut it because he had all the information and then it's just a slaughterfest when you go inside. So a kind of wasted, bit of a wasted round. full eco will come in.
Full eco rushes, Impression picks up 3 frags. Moxie's there to try cleaning up now, picks up 1 onto Alistair. Only In's left alive. And he won't live to fight another day just yet as Boot tried to bring this all the way back now. Set at 10 to 8. It's going to be the gun rounds that play the important part now.
Oh, if they pick up this round, no AWPs in play yet. Pick up this round, make it a clean, easy 5-man wipe. They would be able to get 1 more potential buy, then that would be the reset. That would put Chiefs 12 rounds to 8 up. But for me, yesterday we saw them take brown halls. They didn't really know what they were doing with the control, and if they're going to win this half fairly convincingly, Chiefs need to strike now before Boot get in play those double AWPs, because I don't think they'll have an answer if Splash and Moxie are able to lock them down. And again, only 2 Molotovs to work with. So we do have that option of the inside push. So far, 1 minute 22 on the clock. Hardly any time really gone, but again, no real control either.
This is Chiefs' chance. This is their way back into it. AK's in hand. But they've got to find that opening. Boot playing it pretty aggressive outside. Benkai up on the right-hand side train. Impression looking to move into Pop Dog. But he's doing it well as he gets the first kill. Pex shuts him out. Turns it back around. Oh, and a nice nade comes in. The Kobe all the way. As Pex will be taken out of this world, out of this round. Benkai, though, sat on the edge of that smoke. Playing it smart. But it's not enough. He doesn't come out at the right time. Malta finds him. 3v2, Splash from up above. They know where he is now, though. He's got to make a move. Tucks very quick onto Tommy. Domes his head. Now a 2v1. Can Splash do anything, though? Can he pull this off? And Alistair's waiting for him. He goes down. Another round on the board here for Chiefs, and that's the most important one out the way. The money's not terrible for Dream here, but they've got a chance. They've got a way back into this now for Chiefs.
Do they just take the initial eco? They could force. You could see an M4, a couple of M4s Flatmans. But I think, yeah, they've done the right decision. Just take that eco. And I actually really like the play from Boot. They knew Chiefs were doing that Molotov, and that indicates that they are going to take the Pop Dog. And actually, Benkai was up top, and he tried to flash one of his teammates in, but unfortunately, cost him the round.
Tommy going huge there, spraying him down, fighting back. He's given his team the advantage, but is it going to be enough? Malta and Peck, the only guys left alive as Malta finds Splash trying to push behind him. And this is what happens. The CTs tried to get the advantage, tried to hold on to it and force it out. But Chiefs are ready. Chiefs are waiting. They're not going to allow that to happen. Benkai with the Deagle, Impression with a 5-7. Can they turn this around? Can they pick up another round here? Well, not with performances like that. Benkai, normally used to hitting these shots, couldn't make it work. An Impression will have an idea of where they're going, where they're heading. It's about how Chiefs play it now.
Yeah, and how many times do I keep saying it? Force buys just almost seems like they get some confidence. Tommy just rushes inside with the 5-7. We know how accurate he is, and especially how much damage that pistol does, but I'm not sure what Impression can really do in this 1-on-2. He is poised in the right position, but unfortunately, it looks like he's guessing towards the wrong bomb site right now.
It's always a gamble. An Impression we'll hear that take place. Grab himself an AK as well. He doesn't have armor. He doesn't have any utility to work with. A clutch here would be insane.
I don't think at this point it's worth it. I really hope he doesn't try and go for this because, I mean, he's only got 2.6. Obviously, the money will come at the end, but if you can save all the economy you can, you've got Deagle, you've got 5-7. There was a Deagle on the floor. You have to keep 5-7. Even that in itself is enough, but with the AK on top of it, it's going to save at least that little bit of economy you need. And Chiefs yesterday, they found themselves in a very similar position. They lost the force buy. That's why I was worried when Tommy made that 3K, but they're able to salvage it. 12-8. Hex is in distance of a AWP, but I'm not sure if they're going to need it just yet. However, Moxie decides he wants a piece of the pie and takes it himself.
Well, Boot started off that previous round well. They had a massive advantage, but they let it slip away. The powerful guns of Chiefs managed to take him out. Managed to put another round on their board. Moxie here, though. This is going to be key. No warp up for Chiefs at all. They're going to move out, and that's going to be an easy kill for Moxie. He'll be able to fall back. He's got Tommy backing him up as well. Second kill, actually. He went for it. He challenged for it. But Pex gets rid of Tommy. Nearly a third kill there for Moxie, but he's down on 7 health now. He's got to be careful. He's going to have to fall all the way back. And for Chiefs here, they just don't want to get closed in.
That's the thing. If you look, Splashies, he's already pushing Ali, so he's got a lot of information. And you see, Impression's already rotated across. So if they were to go now, it would be a 3-on-2. But Benkai, his rotation isn't going to be too slow either.
Well, Moxie misses a shot there that he could have ideally done with hitting. His Impression is out in the open, but he gets taken down, unable to do anything here. Benkai sprays through, manages to find one, looks for the second. Pex getting up close. And this is who they've got to be careful. If Pex remains unchecked, well, he doesn't. The splash finishes him off. Could have been a different situation here. Now in a 1v3, Alistair all alone, and Benkai finishes him off. It's going to be 13-9 now, and Boot pick up another round.
And again, Moxie, this is the problem. Moxie was doing this yesterday as well. Chiefs, they try and take that brown hall control. They're very slow doing it. And they don't actually use any of the utility they've got. They just try and blind face. And as soon as you do that, Moxie's always going to come out on top in that situation. And now, Tech9 double AK. Although, maybe in this situation, if you want to keep running a default, maybe the eco, you could have gone 12-10, take the AWP, battle against Moxie at least. And if they don't at least get a bomb plant down here now, I'm going to start to worry. Maybe we're going to see a very similar repeat of yesterday's game.
Yeah, it looks like it could go the distance, and Left Chiefs can make this work here. They need a plant. They need to do some damage as well. They need to start hurting that economy of Boot. Boot, on the other hand, playing a much more solid CT side here. Holding well. Starting to come back into this. The mollies, the smokes, the flashes come over. Tommy's desperately trying to fall back there. And this is a nice push onto this B-bomb, so it completely shuts down everything that they were trying to do. Pex did manage to pick himself up a weapon, but he instantly gets taken down. In's looking for a second kill. One-man advantage already for Chiefs. The bomb is down. And that's how you get onto the B-bomb side, but Moxie's trying to push back now. He's trying to put the advantage in his team's favor. His Impression takes out Tux. Malta, though, deals away with the orb. They're not going to be able to sit on that bomb just yet, and that's beautiful. They both come out at the same time. 13-9 now. And Chiefs, they've got this B push on lockdown. Have you ever seen something so beautiful?
No, to be honest, like, Tech9s, I question it. They wanted to go for the inside play. The reason they went with those Tech9s is because they needed utility, and they just drew a line of smokes across the bomb train like that. And then what they did there, so the connector smoked off, that smoked off, everything here smoked off, and then the Molotovs, they came into play, the X's, Molotovs, and then that was the problem. Every CT was caught either in front of a smoke or behind a Molotov, and that allowed the Tech9s to get close in a well-thought round. And they didn't actually have that yesterday, so maybe something they were working on. And that will put Boots on the eco. How do I say that? Benkai rattles off the first of these headshots, finds one, but Pex quickly in out. The problem is these force buys, James, they do make them expensive.
Yeah, it does the damage. Does the power. But is it enough here? Can Boots do enough damage And I feel with how much we've watched both of these teams, I feel incredibly... I feel like behind them, the amount of effort, the energy, the time I've put behind them, we've seen this whole journey for all of them. Chiefs, they've made it all the way. And that's nice from Tux, very smart. Gets in there with a Mach 10 kill, picks up the extra money. They've picked up the bomb, they'll move to the B bomb site. An impression, P250 in hand, he can still do some damage.
Quite possibly, but the Molotov isn't going to help his cause. And look, you could see he wanted to go for that initial push. He's just stuck behind the fire.
Oh, he can do some damage. He's looking to continue it as well. Tux has got to be careful. 23 health remaining, but he doesn't know which way to look. And this is like some perfect communication there. Chiefs both pushing down at the same time. Not going to allow it to happen. Shots come in, and Chiefs make it 14-9. They're looking to end this 2-0 like we predicted here, George.
And the problem you have now is that Boots, they fully bought into this AWP, Benkai with his Swag 7. And if they lose this round, most probably will be the game at this point. And Chiefs know that. They want to hit fast.
Now Benkai, we've seen him once already today with that Mag 7. He can be dangerous with it. Can he do anything here? Can he get up close and personal? No, he can't, as Inns takes him out, puts him down this round. Moxie, though, manages to find one with the AWP. Still got to do a bit more work than that. Chiefs are looking to put an end to this instantly as Malta sprays through the smoke, finds one, looks for the second, but no one's home. Oh, and the timing, Tux just turns away. Tommy comes down with the UMP, nearly said Tech 9 there. Does find their kill, but Pex going around him. Oh, does Pex... Oh, I was about to say, does Pex want to go really hardcore and go for the knife, just to really put the knife in his back and put the salt and the tears across the map? As Moxie, AWP in hand, is probably going to be better off to save it here.
That's going to be 15-9, and this is the difference. Yesterday, they struggled to close out these important rounds. The Chiefs doing well. And to be honest, they've looked the best team in this best of 3. In fact, even the whole tournament. They've had a few stumbling blocks. They did lose a map to Mongols. They did lose a map to Boot, respectively. But when it came down to the best of 3 for the money, so far they look in complete control. And also, they have removed Boot's best map, which for me would be Cash.
15-9. We've paused it up now. It's the grand finals game. This is potentially the last map here of the WCA APAC closed qualifiers. All these teams have fought so hard to get here. Both Chiefs and Boot will be seen at the grand finals of WCA in China for 2017. There's a lot on the line here, but if Chiefs pick up this, they walk away $22,000 richer, while Boot will have to go home with $11,000, which is still a good, fair share of the money for a closed qualifier here. But there's a big change to come, because Boot, they need to do anything they can here to try and turn this around, to try and force the overtime. The hype is real. The last few seconds we tick before we get into this round. Chiefs, can they do it? Or will Boots live to fight another day? Will they bounce back? Will they continue to push into this with everything they've got? This is the final moments.
Well, you can see Splash, only a Deagle to work with. I would have even given him the AWP. I'm not sure why Moxie's got it. But still, Benkai isn't going to find action with this FAMAS.
Ooh. Lovely from Splash, the Deagle power, and Benkai still hidden there. No one knows he's there. Inns found one, but he's lost a lot of health in the process. And that's the start Boot wanted. As Benkai's just sat here. So risky if he wants to push it. Does manage to get it down. Finds Malta, grabs himself an AK. His teammate will be able to pick up a gun as well now. And this is where they stand the fighting chance. One man advantage, weapon in their hand. And Boot, it is not over yet. They are not giving up. Alistair finds one onto Moxie though. Spray comes out and Impression couldn't handle it. That's the advantage now goes in favor of Chiefs. And Chiefs, they managed to make it work, even when they're down and out in terms of actually not having the numbers, not having the advantage. They pull off the rounds. They want to end this here. It's like 2 in the morning for Australia.
That's a very good point as well, actually. You don't often think about it. It's for us.
6 o'clock, casual. Splash finds the kill on Dallas there, though. Peck's the only man left alive, and it's going to go down to a 1v1 for the potential last round here. Chiefs are going to be calling on Peck's to end it now. Make it happen. Splash. The molly's going to come out towards him, but he is going to avoid it. He's got 22 points of health on all, but he goes down. Beautiful there. Peck's couldn't get in time, couldn't get round, couldn't maneuver. And we sit there. 15-9. Now we go 15-10 as Peck's couldn't clutch it out.
22 HP versus 40. The Molotov, well, what can you do? The Molotov came through to connector, and Splash was just in front of it. Hits the all-important AWP shove, and actually, Chiefs just taking a bit of a breather, maybe just ecoing this one. Tech 9 Deagle, and that will allow Splash to AWP. 5 more rounds to force overtime. Although, you do feel that this is Chiefs to potentially win.
If Chiefs can't close this out and it goes to overtime, they might just be tilted enough that Boots could pick up a map here. Still a lot to play for, still a lot to happen. Moxie picks up the first kill on Tins. The rush comes in. Tommy's not spotted anything just yet. Sees Alistair. Finds an easy kill. Nade goes out as well. The bomb will be planted though, and that's money. And a very nice Kobe. That must have literally landed directly on his feet. Tommy just picking up frags across the board here, and well, Pex might just opt to save his armor and see if he can grab a gun here. I think that's exactly what he's going to do, as it will go 15-11 even.
As for Chiefs, what do you do now? You know Splash is on the up. What's worked for you? Pretty much anything you've done has worked for you. That fast outside round could be an option, the GT rush. You throw pop flashes over, Molotov towards stop sign, Molotov towards backtracks and the Melbourne area, and then you push down, initially taking the bomb site. That could be a fairly good option. Maybe mix up the pace. Chiefs, although if I know them, they'll probably just stick to a slow methodical play. It looks like Alistair's going to try and find an opening towards the alley.
Benkai once again pushed up, but is he going to get checked out? Flash goes over, doesn't get in for long, but it does deal with the AWP of Splash. Stops him from taking the shot. Alistair's there as well. And this area is so key. Benkai. Can he catch him off guard? It's all about timing here for this man. And Alistair gets legged up to 16 health. That's not what he wanted. He's got to be careful of any nades now. And Tux, come out of main. Uncontested as it stands. Can he find a kill? His impressions. Tap it away at his feet from under the trains, and that's the little advantage they have. Splash missing a few warp shots. Gets one finally onto Inns. A lot of damage been done though. A lot of the players of Chiefs without health to work with here. Tux finds impression though. He's got to do a hell of a lot more than that if they want to be able to take this round on. Benkai pushes out of his position finally. Takes down Malta again. 2 rounds in a row that's worked for him. It's Moxie. He can hear what's going on. Peels away with Tux. Can't find the bomber though as Alistair. 15 health and a dream. He's still making it happen. Smoke goes out. Pex finds one. Can't find the second though. Splash is all over him, and it's still going to be all over as Splash gets 2 quick kills. The defuse comes in. 15-12 now. And Chiefs, they need to close this out. They need to find a way.
Well, they still got time, but the problem comes now is that Boot are within that range. 15-12, they could potentially go double AWPs, which they will. Splash, Moxie. And that's my concern. When they did this last time, they took it all the way to 14 rounds, and I'm worried for Chiefs. Remember, they were 15-9, and now 15-12.
Benkai again with that Mag 7. Didn't get as many kills with Sim before, but he gets a couple. Or gets a one, sorry. Last time around, we seen him get like 3 or 4 in a row. Malta. Nice little one tap there with the Deagle. If they win this off a force up, that would be huge. Deagle's in play, no utility to work with, not even any armor. Proving how powerful these Deagles can be. They've now grabbed themselves an AWP and an M4. But Moxie's on top of it. He hears it take place. Malta not looking the right way, and well, Tommy actually fluffed some of them shots early on. 15, 13, and Boot. They can see it in their sights. They know they might be able to force this to overtime. They're going to do everything within their power to make it happen. Chiefs. They had the lead. They had the advantage. It was 15-10. It's slowly slipping away. How? Why? Can they even close it out now?
Well,
it has to come down to this.
I feel like their default hasn't worked twice now. The only round they picked up recent times of that inside player, I really liked it with the Molotovs and the flashbangs. The problem is that Splash, they don't use much utility, and he can just sit on the upper. He's going to fall back. So, looks like they're just going back to the same default. So Molotov to Pop Dog, take that control, and then try split outside. 2 Pop, 2 main, 1 alley. And this round's going to be heavily involved from Malta. You need to try and shut down the AWPs early. If they make the initial frags, it could be game.
Well, Splash has already eaten some damage, down on 52, but Moxie finds the kill onto Alistair. And that's not the start they wanted. He can't find an opening. He keeps getting shut out of it. Malta's got deeper down Ivy. There's no one there challenging him aggressively.
Very nervous Counter-Strike. 34 seconds on the clock. Chiefs need to look to try and find an opening soon.
I'm nervous for them. I'm nervous for both teams here. It's so close. It's so back and forth. Eden's already throwing a few shots up, but Impression's all over him from behind. Impression's with a second. Can he make it a third? Only Tuck's left. He's living to fight another day. Takes the shots. But he's still got 3 more to find. 10 seconds on the clock, and surely saving it's going to be the best option here. The timer will go down. We'll go to 15-14. The money isn't that strong for Chiefs. They can still buy into it with the AKs. They saved that AWP. Now, yeah, Tux is going to give that AWP back over to Alistair, I'm sure. No, he's throwing an AK towards him. Maybe not. There's also a bit of communication error there.
Well, the problem is Malta, he decided, when he was alley, he decided to go ground line instead of come around the front of the train. If he had gone this way, he would have found at least 2 in the back. And I said nervous Counter-Strike. It looks like they're just dropping the ball a little bit, unsure what to do. And I think the call now is just let's try that inside play again. But the difference is we've got smokes, but we only have 1 Molotov. And where are you going to place it?
Well, Splash has pushed incredibly hard on Ivy. He's given himself a great position and a lot of information. They're either going to be inside, Pop Dog, or towards main. He can see most other areas now. Outside is currently clear. You could happily move someone over to this B bomb site and feel confident with it.
Even with all that information, though, you see on the minimap, no one's really making the move towards inside. Yes, we've got 2, but Impression could be moving already. Like, just go. Look where your mate is. Benkai's all the way up in the old fly bins. And they should know this is coming, so I'm not sure why they're still holding outside.
The rush starts to come in. It's a little bit slower, though, as Tommy is spotted out. He finds 1, but it's not enough as Tuck shuts him down. Alistair fires back. This could be it. This could be the end. Unless Boot can find a way to hold it. The bomb's going to be planted. The smoke's covering up Tux. Splash finds the kill onto Alistair. That's the AWP taken out. And that's actually a huge pick-off here as Benkai tries to come from behind. He's on to Malta as Tux takes down Moxie. 2 versus 2. And Chiefs have got to play this smart. As Tux does fall, we're now in a 1v1. Are we going to overtime or are we ending it right here? Malta repositions himself. Benkai He's the man to do it. He's got a smoke to play with as well, but so has Malta. And that's brilliant. He pokes out at the right time, just enough. 16-14, and Chiefs, they take first place in the WCA APAC's closed qualifiers, $22,000. Their place guaranteed at the WCA Grand Finals in China, alongside Boots as well. 2 qualifying spots from this event. Absolutely phenomenal play across both teams. It's been a long, long ride, a long journey to here. Chiefs, they came all the way. Only first was acceptable. That's what they had their eyes set on. They made it, they've done it, and it went right to the wire on the last map like we said it would. But ultimately, Chiefs, they managed to grind out the rounds.
So far, good for us for the day, right? Another 2-0.
We predicted right across the board. It's all happy days. We have done it. Anything to analyze, anything extra to add to that, George?
For me, just Mirage. Like, if you're going to pick a map, at least make sure you're good at it.
Yeah.
I just don't mean like...
That generally helps, right?
Like, the thing is that you look at how Boots play Train, and you look at how they play Cash. Okay, Cash wasn't even in this, but just analyze Train. Everything is well thought out. They've got nice executions. They play as a team. Even the force buys are good. If you look at Mirage, the way they played, just all very disjointed. They rely heavily on that double AWP setup, and it looks like when they actually don't get that rolling, they don't know what to do, because you can do that SK kind of thing where you have 3 towards A and you leave middle, but we saw none of this dynamic play. No one confident enough to lock down positions. No one pushing B halls. No one pushing A halls when mid was taken, and Chiefs just walked all over them. Whereas on Train, they played really well, but again, we get to 15-14, it just falls down at the last hurdle, and it's because...
Closing out games, right?
Yeah, it's just because of that inside play from Chiefs. Their default was actually, it was okay, but Chiefs, they need to work on their Train a lot more, I think, if they're going to challenge the higher tiers at the WCA finals, because it's very obvious what they do. People are scared to take decisions. Like Malta, instead of going ground line, instead of going front tracks there, he went ground line. That cost them around there, and they just need to learn to close out games when they're ahead and not let teams like Boot get back into it, because eventually you're going to come up against the likes of SK, where you're against Cold Zero and Fallen with 2 AWPs, and not Moxie and Splash.
Yeah, a whole nother level, right? A whole nother level. But one thing you got to say about Chiefs on that game is actually that execute onto B that we did see was beautiful. The way the Molotovs came in, the smoke placements was just spot on. Something they've worked on. Maybe do that across the map a bit more. Boot, on the other hand, though, they've had to play now for so many hours. That's 5 games back to back. 5 official games with a lot on the line, a lot of pressure. They've done so well to get here. Qualifying for Malmo, now for WCA. A huge set of respect to them. And actually, it's good to see a bit more action coming out of this scene.
Yeah, and to be honest, job done for them. Okay, they lose a little bit of money, but really, when you're a team, you know, from this region, and you've got DSN coaching you, and you were kind of, nothing was really happening. Then you go beat Tyler, you qualify for Malmo. Last time, I promise we'll mention it. and now you're at WCA finals. What more do you want, really? They can look forward. They can maybe set up a boot camp. They can work harder. And actually, if teams underestimate them, they'll cause some upsets.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, that is all for the WCA APAC coverage here from myself and George. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Drop a follow on the channel to stay tuned for any more commentary we do across the board. You loved our famous odds breaker. We've enjoyed sitting here with you guys, chatting in chat across the board. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I really appreciate you guys sticking around. We had a lot of fun with you guys in chat as well. We've had lighthearted, we've had food conversations, we've had dances at one point. Everything across the board. It's been a lot of fun. And also, don't forget, guys, we are giving away an awesome knife. It's a butterfly knife Slaughter, so make sure you have a check that out. Do